Right, so in this video I'll be explaining why Nuke 2013 is not a good map. So first let's get started. So the first thing is just T-spawn over here. There's not really a point of having T-spawn so far back, because like, you know, in modern Nuke, T-spawn is around here instead of over there. It just wastes your time for no good reason. There's not really a point of having it so far back. So secondly, now let's move over to roof. So, to be honest, I don't like how there's not a ladder here. This is just unnecessary, and it's just kind of annoying to have to jump up. Okay, so next we have this the skill jump right here, where you can get from here all the way over onto this pipe right here. And I think it's a cool concept that you have a skill jump to get over here to here, to get onto silo, and that is, like, I guess the one thing that I don't like about the current Nuke, where they made it easier. But the one thing I don't like is this pipe is like slippery, so if you like kind of miss the jump, I can show you an example. So you can kind of just like slide down like that, and I think it'd be much better if it had like an even platform where it showed you where exactly you need to land, because here it's kind of confusing and I'd say just annoying. Then in terms of the rest of the roof, it's just kind of dumb. All this extra stuff, it just looks like unorganized and just ugly. Then yeah, going down into vent, this vent feels really small and just kind of unwieldy to get into. You're always just kind of doing all this shit, and they have that fixed in 2016 Nuke. So I'll just continue talking about outside though. So outside, I guess it's fine. It's not that much changed, except for of course mini, where you can jump from silo onto mini. What I don't like is they don't have a surf here. I'll just edge bug, but still, there's no surf here. Which is kind of dumb, to be honest. I guess you could just run off of it like that, but still, it's just kind of weird. Then you can, of course, you have this, what do you call it, fucking run boost, or yeah, head boost, I guess. And you can just jump on here and then strafe your way around onto there, which is alright, but at the same time, it just, like, there's no point of blocking it off. It just kind of adds excess clutter, and especially because in order to get over there, you're going to need to have two people getting up here. So I guess it's alright, but I feel like it's kind of a waste. Then yeah, so no surf here. Mini, there's not much to complain about mini, because mini's just kind of nothing really changed. Same with garage, it's just about the same. So then you have this like extra shit you can get on top of the roof of garage. Again, I think it was another cool thing that you could surf across it, and I think this version is worse because you don't have the surf. As for, I think I'll just go to A site instead, and first show the flaws of A site. So pushing from T, lobby, just to be honest, all this, like, I don't see the point of this except for to block someone going here, but I don't like how the entrance is so far, or so close to A site. I think they should have put the entrance here as they have it in the current Nuke. There's not really a point of having it right here. Then just everything about lobby is kind of weird. I don't know why this wall is so fat right here, and this is just kind of weird. I especially don't like squeaky. I really don't like how this wall here is just so fat. There's not really a good reason to why it is like this. It's like such a weird corner right here. Pushing this door right here, you kind of have to commit to the push, otherwise you're kind of like going back. You can't really wall bore around right here and kind of look for an angle, so that's a bad thing. Then another reason is just pushing onto A site is just ass, because you have this walkway all around here, and so especially, and I think this window's good, but I don't like how the walkway goes, rafters I guess, goes all the way around. Because pushing it from squeaky, you have to basically look up like this, just take fights over here and from over here. But yeah, the idea of having the rafters go all the way around, just making pushing via HUD just so annoying, because you basically have like control all the way around them, and you can just kind of like prey on them all around here, but then when they're pushing out, they kind of need to like clean all this like that, and especially this beam in the middle, and then even if you're gonna hop out a window, you're still kind of gonna be, basically having to pick your fights like this. It's just not a good idea to have rafters go all the way around. It's like basically, it's almost like Fortnite, where you're just sitting in a like on the ground and there in like their big ass tower, you have to kind of just like walk around it like that. So no, that's not a good idea. Then another thing I don't like is I think it's fine that you can get up onto this fucking thing right here if I can do it. Whatever, but you get the idea. You can jump onto this like I don't know what to call it, like nuclear waste thingamajig. I think that's fine, and because obviously they have it in current Nuke, but I do not like how you can't get up onto rafters from the ground. I think that's a bad idea, because it kind of makes heaven a dead end, and to get to heaven, what's even worse is you can't even climb up onto here to heaven. You need to either, you know, do this little long jump over to here, but even then you can't even get up onto it because it requires more than one person to get up all the way up onto heaven. So there's literally from A to you know, to flank around up to heaven, you have to go all the way through here, and then you have to go all the way up ladder. Again, from heaven, it's really easy to watch both this and ladder, because you know there's only one way to get around, unless of course you have a run boost or like a boost, but you're gonna make a shit ton of noise. It's gonna take a long time to get up to heaven. So heaven is this overpowered position because you can also rotate all around these rafters and watch basically all of it. So now let's go over to B. So this site you can still rush vent, but it's like, I guess you get to B faster. But another thing what I don't like is you have two vents here, and it just kind of makes the entire site kind of weird. I think it's fine in a post-plant scenario for T's, where they can of course, you know, duck into vent and then go up the other vent, but I feel like it's a little bit extra. I feel like it'd be better for T's to go up to heaven, where I stated before, rather to go down vents, because these double vents are just kind of unnecessary. And if they wanted to have another hiding cubby you can have over here, they should have just had added a ladder to go up there so you can hide from heaven. I think this vent being usable is a bad idea. So yeah, that's A for you. Then let me just briefly showcase Secret. So Secret, of course, there's not much to talk about it. It's just very, very similar to what it is right now. But yeah, what I don't like is there's no pathway to get from here that goes down and then kind of wraps around right here. What they have in current Nuke and 2016 Nuke, I think it's a bad idea that you have to push through vents. Especially, I mean, I guess that it's changes it a little bit because there's two vents here. It makes it a little bit more unpredictable from which vent you're going to come through, but I think it's a much better idea that they have one singular vent right here and then just having a walkway. I think it makes B-site much more dynamic. As for Toxic, I don't really have anything to say about it being right here. I think it's okay, but again, it's kind of weird when you're just kind of looking straight into double doors again. I think it's better when it's inside this wall. And then this little cubby, nothing much changed, but I guess I think it's a bit nicer that I guess here it's empty, but because they don't have Toxic. But yeah, I think this is okay. So the final verdict is that B is okay, but it would be better if there's just a single vent and then this door right here would be added back. So that's why I like 2016 better, because it has this and has this, so it's like the perfect combination. People are gonna say like, oh, you could jump onto these like shelves and shit and you can hide right here. Well, okay, I guess you can fucking do that, but that's just like stupid. That's just like this little dumbass gag that adds virtually no like actual gameplay to the map. So yeah, that's that. And then yeah, so I already explained why fucking getting onto heaven rafters is dumb. And so yeah, now I'll go onto the CT side and explain why CT is also bad to play on this map. So first of all, again, like the T's, they start really far back. Well, again, yeah, it's just there's no point of having it so far back. Then getting up onto rafters, you only have one way unless you have a boost, which is right here, and then you have to go all the way around. This catwalk it's fine, but what I don't like is they don't have the thing where you can get up onto it from here and then jump onto the little fans, I guess. I think it's not really a good idea that the catwalk doesn't extend all the way to silo, and why it's bad is because like it would make it more kind of playable on both sides when you're on both T and CT to kind of have a connecting way, but when you have such a powerful and overlooking position, it just kind of makes like somebody who's playing on catwalk, if somebody's playing on catwalk as a CT, you know, they can peek, and then they'll suddenly fall back, or, you know, especially smoke, and just hide in the smoke, all that kind of shit. But then, yeah, that's basically everything that there is to say about 2013 Nuke. Like, oh, also, yeah, I'd like to lastly mention just the aesthetic and just like the design about it. It just doesn't look very good. The outside, it's just looks so like miserable and bland. I really don't like the inside and just the look of Wabi. It just looks really ugly. This like little sprayed A and B. I guess it's old and that's kind of the cool part of it, but it just doesn't match well on this map. Then all of A just looks so ugly as well. It doesn't even look like a like a power plant. It just looks like a warehouse with like 2 fucking nuclear drums. B looks a little bit better, I guess, with this underground pool, but even then, the walls are so bland and just ugly. I mean, not everything needs to be, you know, absolute eye candy, but here it just looks miserable. Same with this. This lacks tons of detail, just nothing great about it. Just the visuals are, I'd say, a huge turn off because they just look super copy and pasted, and none of the parts of the map like feel unique. They all feel exactly the same. I'm not saying you need to have like an absolute just color fest of like, oh, this part's gonna be this color and this part's gonna be super like flowers and shit and everything, but like it doesn't need to be like that. But I feel like here it's just all too clumped up, and none of the parts of the map are actually like memorable in terms of their visual design, and I feel like that's kind of an important part of the map. So yeah, to be honest, that's everything that's wrong with 2013 Nuke, and that's why 2016 Nuke is much better. So thanks for watching.